Yo, 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 what's good, beautiful people? How are you guys doing tonight? Welcome to In God We Trust Academy podcast. And as always, we give thanks for each and every last one of you that's joining us. And like I tell you, if you stopped here with us today and you're under the sound of my voice, this is meant for you today. Absolutely. The universe has a message for you today. Let me know what you guys are locking in at, man. And let's see how far our reach goes today. So what's your location? Where you tuning in from around the world? What's going on, Residual Joe? What's good, bro? Man, keep doing you, bro. Keep doing you, man. And happy belated birthday. I didn't get to tell you. And congratulations on all of your success. Keep going. You, bro. Keep doing you, man. And happy belated birthday. I didn't get to tell you. And congratulations on all of your success. Don't stop. Man, God is good, man. Y'all got to know that. God is good. God ain't good to you, you better stop putting out that bad energy, man. Yes, sir. What's going on, Crystal Love? Peace and love. How you doing? How you doing? We locked in tonight now. We just locked. And I love this beat, man. Shout out to Small Break Cassius, dog. This beat's probably about 10 years old, but I always love it. That's when I was heavily doing music. I probably got a lot of stuff I could play on here. People always ask me about this beat. Can we buy this beat? No. Because then I won't be able to play it on here. All right, man. So what's up? What's on y'all guys' mind tonight? Are y'all here to hear how I paid my car off with $25? And you're probably like, how? How is that even possible? What's going on, K. Smith? How you doing? How is that even possible, right? You want to know, how did he pay off? Yeah, how you pay it off? How you pay that off, man? $25? Mustang? Drop top? Yeah. I did do that. Man. First and foremost, though, guys, give thanks to God Almighty just for everything that has transpired and taken place up to this very moment that allow us to now to be in control of the now, to be able to create the future and establish the past at the exact same time of the present now. And I just want to be able to say that, you know, it's always a beautiful thing to be alive and be present and operate in the spirit to gain the wisdom, the knowledge, and apply it in application and fulfill the will, fulfill the word, become the will. I am that I am, right? We must move in motion and keep in motion and stay in motion because I am motion. I am law in motion, right? Absolutely, right? So everything that you guys hear from this point on is for educational and religious purposes only. Anybody seeking any form of legal advice, please do seek a legal advisor, as it is my religious duty to speak my religious truth and experience here with you guys today. Okay? Just so we clear on that. All right, so man, let me tell you guys a great story. In 2021, I went to, because I wasn't even using credit. I was cash basis type of guy. And I always move with cash. You know what I mean? And I never didn't swipe cards. I didn't like swiping cards because then I couldn't actually see the money. if that makes sense. Like I'm so used to seeing the money, the cash right there in my hand to where I didn't have to worry about banks, stuff like that, you know. So I think one time I had a card and went ham on the card, swiped, and I was like, hold up. When I spent all this money, and then, you know, but I could see it if it was in my pocket. I know I spent it, but I didn't know I spent it like that with the card. But, you know, so it had to take something to get used to. So I just like wanted to go buy a car just to like establish some credit, stuff like that. And man, they gave me all type of trouble. I'm like, man, look, I got the money. Like, what do you want? So, but I want credit though. I don't need you to not give me the credit. I need the credit. And this was just my way of thinking at the time. So I'm like, you know, look, how much you need down right now? Like, we're gonna take care of that right now. And he just was pretty much like, man, I just need you gonna have to go get a cosigner. I said, a cosigner, bro. You see all this money I'm holding right now? If I really wanted to buy the car, I could buy the car. And you still trying to tell me that I can't get some credit? And you looking at the money right here in my hand? He was like, yeah, we can't do that. You gonna need to go get a cosigner. So I just couldn't understand that, bro, at all. But anyway, so we're gonna get the cosigner. I ended up giving them like, I don't know, it was like 2,500 on it or something as well, which I shouldn't have done, especially since I went and got my mother to be the cosigner. So she cosigns on it. Great payment rates, all this great stuff. To a book called Chain by the Sky. And I read it and I was like, I wonder if there's, by what I read, is there something that I can do according to what else I know? So I said, I want to do this in accord and satisfaction. And that is what I was leaning on when I wanted to settle this debt for this particular car. So, and, you know, before I can get to that point, I actually started just sending letters and stuff. You know how you guys do. We tried to do the coupons. We tried to um, send in validation of the debt, sent in like all kind of different stuff, right? Just so I said, I tell you what. I said, this is how I'm gonna play the game. The only way I'm gonna find out if any of this stuff is true is if I'm going to read the law. I'm going to do exactly what it says do. And I should get the results that I'm looking for. If I don't, then I'm just wondering, like, what are we doing here with this system? Like, I mean, I feel like, and this is, a little humor at the same time, but serious at the same time. If this doesn't apply and doesn't work in the way it says, then we should go to war. Because what are we doing here? You know, and that was my scope on this is like, what are we doing if that's the case? Because I can't understand why, we even messing around with anything when it comes to the state if they're not going to follow the rules that are sitting here and laid out. And so I just started, questioning myself on some of these things and realizing that, maybe, just maybe, they're wrong. You know what I'm saying? And maybe it'll go the way that I want it to go. So I took myself and I said, okay, we're going to read accord and satisfaction. I'm going to do everything that it says do. I'm going to make sure that I send this off to them. And I'm going to go see how it works out. So I go to the actual post office. I get a money order from the post office. And the reason why I get a money order from the post office is because I want to be able to tell I can track it. You know what I'm saying? The post office is the easy way to track it to me. So let me track it by the post office and be able to see if they cashed it. That's what I wanted to establish. So I was like, bet. I'm gonna find out if they cashed it right then and there. And boy, 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 I got my letter and stuff that I needed together. When I got everything together, I put the letters certified mail. I sent it off. And one thing that I realized, what I knew about people, I said, man, people are accustomed to doing things the way they do every day. And I realized a long time ago, like, people break rules, especially when people feel like their idea, their way, or nobody's paying attention, or whatever the case may be. Like, people break the rules. I was like, man, that's a 99.9% common thing. People, somebody's gonna shortcut, break the rules, do this. They gotta do something a little different. So I was like, people lazy. So since people lazy and they are always accustomed to doing certain things in the way that they've been shown, then they'll accept anything, because the only thing these corporations and companies want is money. And I knew that. So I was like, all they want is money. Money, money, money. So let's give them money. They want money. I'm going to give you money. And that was my whole entire thought the whole time. So let's just give them some money. So I said, I'm going to give them $25 in the court of satisfaction for all debts paid in full and all obligations are hereby discharged. And I just put that on there and sent the letter off with it, and boom, they cashed it. I said, look at here. They cashed it. And I said, I knew they was, because people are lazy. And according to the rules of court of satisfaction, once you cash it, it doesn't matter your intent. You cash it according to the rules that were governing the documents and the actual negotiable instrument at the time. So I'm like, okay, let's move forward. So I sit back. They sent me another bill. I sent the letter off and I said, hey, you guys cashed this money order and you received the letter as well, and you guys accepted up on that terms. I said, here's the ledger. I said, matter of fact, send me the ledger. They sent me the ledger, and I circled that $25. That's right there. And I sent it right back to them, and I said, there it is. It's on the ledger. You deposited. You agreed. Well, that wasn't our intent. We don't agree to that. We don't agree to those terms. We don't accept the court in satisfaction and da 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 da. And I was like, okay, I ain't paying you nothing else. That's it. So me being me, I'm like, all right, I'm finna go to court then. All right, I'm finna take them to court. Like, because this is what the law say. And if I present this to them, they supposed to agree in my favor. So I gathered all my evidence together and documented and styled my court case and had my laws, the jurisdiction, and evidence exhibits ready. And I got all my motions and stuff like that ready to go and everything. I got it all ready. And I'm like, okay, I know what to do. I'm finna go file this, and we're going to the federal court with this. This is where we going. So I take them straight to the federal court. And when we get to the federal court, now, mind you, this went on for a whole year of me and the actual bank, or not the bank, me and the actual lawyer going back and forth. But anyway, so I filed it, and I'm happy. I'm excited. I sent it off to him, but they still hit me with a letter. And so what I said was, I hit them with a cease and desist. All contact. You know what I'm saying? The only one supposed to be contacting me from y'all is your lawyer. Well, I already knew what to do. And I ride I ride privately. So since I ride privately, you ain't finna pull up. You're not gonna pull up. You're not gonna be able to pull up my car or anything like that. You can't scan the tag or nothing. It's not gonna work. But anyway, so and plus I never registered my car from the day that I got it. So that never happened. But anyway, I just remember my wife's car and we were talking. I did the same thing with hers too. But I was talking to her people. I think it was Regional Acceptance. I think that's who it was. Regional Acceptance Corporation. Man, they got on the phone. They was tough. It was something like, you know, you could tell she was the melanated person. I knew she was. And I was like, all right. I'm just telling her the rules of the law, and explaining it to her. She started getting tough, and the girl was like, well, you can't stop us from coming to pick up something because you didn't make a payment. I said, we paid it. What are you talking about? And they was like, well, we're going to come up there and we're going to come take our car back. And I said, you're going to be responsible for somebody dying. That's exactly what I said. You're going to be responsible for somebody dying. And she said, well, is that a threat? I said, well, you just threatened to come steal some property. So yes, it's not a threat. It's a promise. If someone comes on my private property, all right. Matter of fact, this address is not even on your in your contract to even come here. So for all I know, y'all some bandits. Somebody's probably gonna die. If anybody pulls up here trying to take anything, especially in the middle of the night, man, we was living in the country at the time. So yes, it's Spray City all day. So it's like, don't come up here in the country parts playing, especially at dark. All we got is one pole light, 2 pole lights out there in the country. Ain't no lights running down the road, but guess what? It's a one way in, one way out. And we at the dead end. So I just had to let them know, like, you're not coming to take no property. And, so they never called after that, ever. And I filed that in the same court as well. And they actually both had the same lawyers. So the lawyers that's representing for my wife's case also is representing for my case. For some reason, though, Regional Acceptance want to be some bullies. But anyway, we're going back and forth, me and this lawyer. And the lawyer trying to say I don't have any merit and all those different type of things and talking big money trash. So then I thought of this one letter. I put this one letter together that was so fire, y'all, and I'm talking about fire. Matter of fact, if I can find it, I might even read it to y'all. Let me see if I can find this letter. But it was so fire. And when I say fire, I'm talking about I had the law to the T in there. And I sent that thing off to that bank. I can't tell y'all what bank, but because I had to sign something. But that bank, when I sent it off to that bank, boy, it was heated. The lawyer got whiff of it. The bank sent it to the lawyer and said, this is what he sent us. You need to settle this matter now. Got him. I knew I had him then. When they said that, I knew it was over for him. Because you're in trouble. You come over here playing around and all this old type of stuff, man. We ain't got time to be playing with you. We're not playing with you at all. I'm going to read if I find what I sent them. They said, we got it. We got it from you. Oh, okay. Yeah. So, listen, we get in the court and they talking about the debt. So this is what I said. I said the defendant keep alleging that there is some form of debt. I demand for the defendant for the record to show proof of the original negotiable instrument in order to enforce it. According to the UCC, I demand for the defendant to show proof of the original negotiable instrument was not voluntarily destroyed by way of securitization, and I demand to show proof of the United States postal money order, which statement in good faith, in accord, and full satisfaction for all debts and performance obligation was not accepted by the defendant according to the provisions of accord of satisfaction. They cannot, you cannot disprove that. There's nothing they can do, right? I said, as proven in document 1, page 9, defendant accepted the USPS money order pursuant to the provisions that was written up on the instrument. Once accepting the provisions of accord of satisfaction, this is a dispute and declares a new contract between the parties. A new contract is substituted for an old contract, thereby discharging the obligation of cause of action, which is settled and must have all of the elements of a valid contract. The new agreement is the accord, and the subsequent performance of the new agreement is the satisfaction. What? They was in water. Cause look, cause now I done got in there. I done got all the way. I'm like, hey, you got to show me the note. Since you keep talking about this a debt, man, show me the original note first and foremost. Show me that, and then you got to show me where you didn't accept the money order according to the provisions that was written on it. Show me, because everything I done showed you is you accepted it. You deposited. I got proof from the U.S. Postal. If I got to bring them in, and if I got to, I see, because I can really summon. I could have summoned, subpoenaed the, I could have subpoenaed the, who was that? The actual post office records. Yeah, directly from them. Here you go. But I just printed them off. Like, look, man, we can look this up all day. You literally accepted it according to those terms. So, man, I just lit the whole thing on fire, man. And when I did that, it was over. It was over. You know, and I told them that you need to show that you didn't accept the money order. But now there's a new contract because you did. So on April the 9th, 2021, I signed a promissory note along with the security agreement, creating a negotiable instrument to extend credit to the defendant at the borrower. As I am fully aware, the defendant did not have a pre-existing credit, money, or assets as consideration to purchase the note or credit agreement from me. When I deposited the promissory note with the defendant, the original book entry keeping should show an increase in the amount of the assets credited on the asset side of his books and a corresponding increase equal to the value of the asset on the liability side of the books. I said this would show that the defendant received my signature promise to repay as an asset, thus monetizing my signature and creating on his books a liability in the form of a demand deposit or other demand liability of the bank. So securitization is a process where promissory notes are turned into securities or bonds, then sold to investors. The purpose is to provide a large supply of money to lenders for originating loans and to provide investments for bondholders. The procedure for selling of the note is to create a situation whereby tax laws are observed and whereby the issuing entities and the lender are protected from either entity going into bankruptcy. So, in order to achieve this bankruptcy remoteness, numerous true sales of the loans occurred in which the loans were sold and transferred to different parties during securitization. So I'm just letting them know of everything. So I said, since the note has been securitized and given to a trust to provide a stream of income for investors, it follows the note was voluntarily destroyed by bifurcation and any depositors were paid. As a matter of law, whether the payee and the owner of the promissory note has a voluntarily destroyed the same, he cannot recover judgment against the maker either upon note itself. So listen, I got him in both ways. I'm speaking on showing me the note, securitization. I'm speaking on also the fact that you signed in accord of satisfaction. But when I did that, and I sent that off to the actual bank as well, I received a letter in the mail saying that they have been trying to reach me on certain matters and they want to settle this out of court. And they're willing to give me everything. And they wanted me to sign an NDA because if somebody else do what I did, then that will let you know that you could go do the same thing. Right? And I signed it because it involved my mom, and I wanted to put her mind at peace. But hey, I ain't gonna stop teaching y'all the game though. So I don't know about y'all on TikTok, but y'all on Facebook and stuff, like y'all got to see it. I showed you the proof. My brother's in that car right now. I literally just gave it to him. So real talk. But the law is on your side, but you just gotta know how to operate it. That's why I say a lot of you guys out here, y'all chase processes. Been there, done that. You know, 11 years, 10 years in the game. I got my nose where it ended about, like I say, 10 years ago. Coming in 2014, 15, coming on up 16, 17. Been doing this, stuff like this, and reading on this, understanding this for a minute, but y'all chase processes. Stop chasing the process and just understand the law. Read the law because they're bound to the law. All right? They're bound to the law. So, you know what I'm saying? If you understand that they're bound to it, then you must literally just fully operate in the law and express it, and that's it. You're going to win. That means also the rules of the court. The rules of the court, guys, is part of due process. Evidence, as I always say, truth, proof, law, and relief. Those particular four things right there are always in your favor. Right? Truth, proof, law, and relief. Okay? And when you look at those things, if you have those things at all times, then you're going to actually win your case. Only thing now, you need to know how to present and bring your case and make sure that you establish in court. Because you may know the truth. But when you step in that court, it's about how and what you got to prove. Now, people will ask me, like, is this a secure party process? No, this is not. Because I understand the law. See, the thing is the people are already the secure party. You're already that. People. You're secured in all aspects of law, only though if you exercise the law. The only one who deserves justice is those who are willing to carry the law. And that's why the people has always retained the right to assert their rights. So y'all gotta start like really checking yourself in reality on this part, like, because this is what's gonna make the difference between you receiving success and you not. I've done a lot of great things. A lot of great things. I've helped a lot of people. Still helping a lot of people. But my point in me saying this is like, out of everything I've done, I've done everything that you guys can think of doing when it comes to this journey. Like all that stuff, I've done it all. But I'm here to tell you, like, I really don't need any of it. The only thing I would establish is the trust, and I would establish the trust just to make sure and ensure that my life and my, legacy, et cetera, and is inheritance for my heirs and wealth, right? That's really just about it. You know what I'm saying? The rest of it is just me taking and capitalizing on myself through commerce, that type of thing. But other than that, guys, the reality is who knows the law and who don't? Who knows the law and who don't? Do you know how many people is literally working somewhere on some form of construction site that is a violation of OSHA and it's not safe for them at none whatsoever? And if they was to go do that and sue, they probably would make more money than they ever could obtain for working for that company. I mean, it's just about knowing the rules, knowing the law. Real talk. You can't overlook this. You know why James Harden was great? Still is a great basketball player. Do anybody here know why? James Harden, if you watch basketball, NBA, Only reason James Harden couldn't win the game, I mean, we're in the ring is because you can't do it by yourself. And there's a different type of defense they're gonna play on you if you're the only one man show that's gonna win the game. Great, same way LeBron James never did Steph Curry. We're gonna make you make somebody else win the game. Simple. He knew the rules exactly. That is why James Harden is great because he knows the freaking rules. Do you know what James Harden did? I think he was at Phillies, and they was telling him that if he didn't show up at a certain time, they was going to ban him from the NBA. He knew. He read his contract. He already knew. He showed up on the last day of, insured all of his money because he showed up and made sure he was getting a trade to go where he was going. The dude is a genius. He's smart. You can't play with people who don't. You can't mess around with people who know the rules. People who study the rules know the rules, and they're going to be better at the particular game than you are because they actually know the rules. So what we call traveling today, we'll say those things. What we call traveling back in the day, you can't call that traveling anymore because now they have what they call one step is to gather the ball. Then you got 2 steps after that. We didn't have that. It was just 2 steps. Anything after that is a walk. You know what I'm saying? They can dribble the ball, take 2 steps to the side, and then shoot. Walk. We calling that a walk all day. If you're not in motion to the basket and with 2 steps, you will consider to be traveling. But my point is, now the rules, you read the rules, you understand the game, and now you're able to play at a level of perfection that others can't play at because you actually know the rules. That's it. You create everything around the rules. All of this after that is strategic, man. That's what this is now for me. Like for me, do I got a UCC one set up and all of that? Yes. Do I got a trust? Yes. Okay. All of that. Done that. And I halfway present any of that, to be honest with you. Any situation I'm in, most of the time, I probably don't even. I probably won't mention the trust. I probably don't say anything about. I don't know. It just depends on the situation because now I have the eye of I'm a due process type. Before I have to go through all of this stuff and fight you with my trust, like I'm gonna look at your errors and see where you're wrong at, and I'm going to destroy you that way instead of me wasting my time going to do all this other stuff. Like that's how I am now. Right? So when you understand that from that point, that's why I say a lot of the stuff I don't use. Like I got a UCC one, but I don't use it on certain things because it don't matter for me to use it. You're in violation. You violated due process of law anyway. You're already going to have to pay me some money. You know what I'm saying? Or this particular corporation is bringing me to court without a claim. I'm already finna have a countersuit because of you wasting my time, right? That's it. They're going to mess up, guys. Human error. Like, I speak on human error so much. Do you know how bad human error is? Bro, I hate it. Man, I have a bad day off human errors. Got my meal wrong, got my drink wrong, didn't do this right. Goes to certain places, the bathroom ain't human errors. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. And we had the nerve to put on a mask, bro. Y'all tripping, man. Ooh, all you gotta do is put on a mask and you clean. You clean if you got a mask on. All right. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it is what it is. You clean, brother. Man, y'all be tripping. But it is what it is. But I'm just saying that like to really face the reality of what it is, man, and it's ways that you got to be strategic when you start understanding the law and operating with the law. Again, I always say it again, justice is only for those who are willing to carry the law. If you're not willing to exercise the law and your rights and interests in it, then there's no reason for you to do it. They be folding on them notice of intent to sue if done absolutely. Hey, Skeleton Don, listen, I do mine. This is how I send it to him. I send my letters looking like cases now. It's already case ready. I'm ready to file. Do you want to pay? Like I send it into what court I'm finna put it in. I'll leave the civil claim number blank right there. I'll put everything else in it. You know what I'm saying? The style, like a case, jurisdiction, parties. I'll put the factual, the facts. I do all of that. So you know what I'm saying? Hey, boy, when I say they immediately legal team, yes sir, you better get them. You better get somebody on this, and they're gonna tell you right in and there. He's not playing with you. If he get in court with us, like it's nothing we can do. You might just want to go ahead and settle right now. Risk management be hitting your life. I know that's real, and they will. They will. Man, these folks, when you start showing them that you know and you not playing and you not just talking like, hey, ain't no barking over here, man. We about action. You will see me in court the next day. Play with me, I promise you. And anybody knows since I've been doing this, like when the last situation that I was in, when the city of Huntsville took my truck, man, that same night I was here typing up everything I was done. That it was in the mail the next day, overnight. I wanted that officer to go to his locker the next day, open it up, and then see that he had some mail today. You feel what I'm saying? I want you to see you got some mail today. And when you see that you got some mail today, ooh, you gonna be like, hey, that why I ain't come to court. No way. You right, don't come. It's over with if you do. Then all of a sudden now they done made my case disappear. It's gone. Poof. I'm trying to sue. I'm trying to get the rest of the information. They saying it ain't there. But I still got a piece of paper saying I had court that day. So I'm gonna use that against them, and I'm gonna make them do a motion of discovery and have them bring all it out, to court anyway. Freedom of information, all of that. Because I tried to do a freedom of information and nothing at all. Yeah, I got proof of claim with the tickets, everything that they didn't send me. I got all that. So we not playing. But yeah, they did. They tried to act like nothing happened. They act like I ain't got no court. Yeah, they act like it's gone. Like I just wasn't there. Poof. Oh no, Mr. Ingram, we don't have any court dates. Are you sure it was this court? Yeah, you took my shit. Yeah, it was this court. What do you mean? I had to come in here and fend for it. Y'all laughed and then try to get me to pay for registration. Y'all tried all kind of stuff. And I said, no. You got rid of the probable cause. If the probable cause is dismissed, then so is everything else after. That's fruit of the poisonous tree. Don't play with me, man. Keep us from going through this. Right? We don't got to go through this. We don't need to go through this. So let me get up out y'all way. Don't bother my stuff no more, please. And we ain't got no problems. I don't bother y'all. Yeah, you can send it to me, bro. I'll read it on live one day for sure. For sure. Man, I'm just telling y'all though, real talk. I done been through a lot with these people. I remember when I first certificated security. Yeah, conveyance of certificated security. Right there. in the county, right? Attach the birth certificate to it, claim all estate, real estate, etc. Anything that's attached to it, place it all into trust, gave it a value of the trust, documented and stamped. But let me tell you, it wasn't easy at first. And the reason why I say that is because when I was operating with these folks, going down to the county, number one, they already don't like somebody that look like me knowing any damn thing. Especially when they get to, I've been doing this for 25 years. I ain't never seen nobody walking here doing it this way now. You're going to have to get you a lawyer to do this. Because if you don't got a lawyer, we just can't accept any of this. Only lawyers bring it in here. I said, yeah. I said, all right. And then I was like filing some stuff like about nationality and all this, like for real. And then it was crazy because this white lady walks downstairs and she was like, hey, who do you think you are? And I was like, well, what do you mean? Who do I think I am? Like, what's the problem? I'm just filing. She was like, well, I got Indian in my blood too. And I was like, man, I was like, man, you so pale. Like, what is you trying to say? Like, I got Indian in my blood too. And you don't see me down here trying to make this claim. And I was like, look, I ain't got nothing to do with you not claiming your inheritance. That's on you. So they had the sheriffs to escort me out. I went through that. I wasn't being told I need lawyers to file anything. I wasn't being told to all kind of stuff. So one day I got me some stuff and put a package together. You know what I'm saying? And once I put that package together, I sent the judge a letter. I said, I tell you what, I'm tired of this shit. Ain't nobody telling me no more. Especially when I know I'm right. I ain't backing down. I don't care who they is, how they feel. You know what I'm saying? I'm really on some F your feelings. The other side of the as an Aquarius, that other side that people don't want to know. So I'm really on F your feelings. I don't care nothing about that. This is what the law say. This is what we're going to do. This is how it's going to be. So I wrote a whole letter out to David. You know what I'm saying? And his name was Daniel Rosser. And I sent it to old Daniel. And Daniel was like, damn. I imagine Daniel just reading everything. It was like, damn, this is pretty good. He got it all written out, the law, all of that type of stuff. Like he had it to the T. I got a letter in that mail coming from that clerk, and she said, Mr. Rosser said you can file it now. You need to bring you down here $14 and we'll file your documents. Boy, I was in a crunk. I was like, man, listen, I'm tripping because I'm like, I've been fighting y'all for 3 years to file anything on here. And when I came and presented that law to them, and then one time they had it set up to where he'd come outside and he'd sit down and he'd talk to me. What got you into all this? What are you looking for? What do you mean what I'm looking for? Why is it a problem that I'm doing this? Well, you're just doing stuff that people don't normally do. And if I was you, I would do certain things this way instead of the way that you're doing it. And I'm like, no, I want to do it this way, the way that I'm doing it. The way that you're telling me to do it, I don't want it that way because I don't want you to have nothing to do with it if something happens to me. He was like, well, I just will be able to make sure that everything that you do, you know what I'm saying, or have done and put out, that is going to be honored in the way. I said, yeah, I don't need you to do that. I don't want you to do that. I have trustees. I have everything set up the way it needs to be set up for myself and my family. So this is what I need to happen. And he just looked at me and said, "Oh well, all righty." And so I end up getting a file that happened for me. And then like I started making certain claims on my land, and I started giving my land to my nation. They didn't like that either. They did not like it. And I'm going to tell you how bad they don't like it. I'm going to tell you how evil they is. And my whole perspective of what I'm telling y'all, even to how I paid $25 for my car, it had everything to do with the law. I use the law to enforce whatever it is that I want to do. Because I keep telling you about people. People always make mistakes. People always make mistakes, one, because, well, as everyone say, we're not perfect. But you can be perfect in the provision of what you take on to know if it's something simple as fulfilling your obligations to what you say you can fulfill. You know what I mean? So when it comes to that, right? And I end up filing for my land, giving it to my nation, everything like that. Boy, they just was, you can't file this. Well, I sent them another. Listen, we done already been through this, man. Let me remind you who I am and what I know you supposed to do. So first, let me tell you your job. Word. Matter of fact, I'm finna read that to y'all. Because I just want y'all to understand what I mean by not letting these people play. You can't let these people play with you. This was May 13th. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Listen to what I'm saying to you. My claim's a little bit different, how I do stuff, but I had a land. See, I got the land patent, full land patent, and I claimed the chain of title. It transferred it and moved it because I understood what to do. But check this out. They didn't like it. So I said the letter to him. I said, this letter is a lawful demand and formal challenge regarding your refusal to record a notarized. Now, hold on. Listen. Let me before I go to this. Mind you, before this, I had already filed for the land document, right? They sent me back a letter saying that I need to pay them $2,000 and $14 in taxes. Since I claim that the value of the property now that's going to be held into the trust is going to be worth 200 million. Yeah, that's what they said. So you owe us $2,014 in taxes. So at first I was finna pay it, but I was like, man, I ain't finna pay you that. I'm not paying you nothing. You're just gonna file what I told you to file. So this time I went back and I said, you know what? I'll just change it. I'll change it. I'll make it to where I took it and I made it into what you call like a Bitcoin, but it's not really a Bitcoin. It's my nation's dollar, right? So my nation's dollar is called the Noble dollar. And we took that and I did it for that. So now, mind you, I got the same worded in there. But they mad now because they can't tax it. So now he literally sent it back and put on there, no, we cannot file. I said, oh man, I'm so tired of dealing with this dude. You keep playing with me. Let me show you something. I said, this letter is a lawful demand and formal challenge regarding your refusal to record a notarized and lawfully. First of all, it's notarized. It's lawfully executed. Okay? Declaration of warranty deed transfer and land patent conveyance. I sent it to you on April the 23rd, 2025 concerning real property located in Carver County, Alabama. You placed a sticky note marked no with your signature on the filing, without providing any lawful cause, written explanation, or statutory justification. As such, I am compelled to demand a formal response backed by law regarding your authority to deny recordation of a valid conveyance that satisfies all legal constitutional requirements. So let me bust these down for you so you can know that I know the law so you can stop tripping with me. The filing meets all standards for mandatory recordation under Alabama Code subsection 35450, okay, which states all deeds, all mortgages, all deeds of trust, not some, but all contracts and other instruments in writing that convey any interest. Oh, it said any. You can't get mad because I did it in noble dollars or whatever. Any interest in the land shall be recorded in the office of the judge or probate of the county in which the property is situated. Oh, it didn't say you get a choice and that you get to deny or say it can, it can't. This is my claim. Now, the only way that you can go against my claim is if somebody brings it into court, making and actually literally disputing my claim. Other than that, buddy, you got to accept this work. Stop playing with me. So your refusal to record this conveyance, absent any statutory deficiency or adverse claim, is a violation of your ministerial duty, not subject to discretion. The document I submitted contains full legal land description, reference to original land patent authority, clear conveyance clause, fee simple transfer, stated valuation for national accounting, valid notarization, okay, proper execution by grantor and acceptance of grantee. There is no adverse claimant on record disputing my title or the conveyance. I now ask, do you or your office hold any interest in the land? Have you filed any adverse claim to rebut my lawful heirship or the grantee's right to title? If not, what lawful basis under Alabama Code grants you the authority to interfere with a perfected land conveyance? You are hereby required to state what law or statute authorizes a probate judge to unilaterally deny recordation of a deed that is valid on its face. Whether your refusal was based on identity of the grantee, a foreign religious government protected under treaty and constitutional law, whether you have delegated authority to determine the merit of a land patent traceable to federal records as cited in the filing, if your denial was based on religious affiliation, national origin, or alternative form of currency used for consideration, then such denial raises serious constitutional and civil rights violations. We got them. We got them. Because now it's like, what for any other reason that you refuse me is literally discrimination. So I got you in a headlock. I did this to you once and you didn't listen. Right? So it says right to convey consideration national status. As a lawful heir and possessor, I have the absolute right to convey my property to a grantee of my choosing for consideration of my choosing. No law in Alabama, state, or federal requires their property be conveyed for U.S. currency. This deed clearly states the consideration of 100 noble dollars, and per Article 1, Section 10 of the U.S. Constitution, no law may impair the right to contract. So you are further asked, is the issue that I, as a Moroccan national of MNRP, convey land to my own national government? If so, is your refusal based on nationality or the existence of a foreign religious political body? If your actions were based on national or religious ground, that constitutes a violation of First Amendment. And if it's on a violation of the 14th Amendment, because due process, and a violation of 18 U.S.C. 242, which is deprivation of rights under color of law, and a potential claim. So now, this conveyance and filings are protected under these particular treaties, etc. And that's it. I guarantee you, all I got to do is file it. It's nothing they can do because, like I said, it says that it has to be filed. It don't say you get to deny anything, a claim or whatever. You can't deny nothing. Only person that can come in there and deny something that says something needs to be taken off the record or false is someone else that may have an interest or in the property and can show proof of that. That's it. Otherwise, what are you doing? But it's crazy when they felt like they were able to make some money of it, $2014 because they wanted me to value it in US dollars for what? I don't have to. You can't tell me what to value it in. Show me the law that says I have to value it in US currency. You can't show it to me. No, you can't. So, since you can't show it to me, get out the way. But that's what it takes, guys. My point is, it takes you knowing the law, being able to show them, apply it. And that's it. You don't got to do nothing else. Let's see. I had another one. Oh, that's against somebody else. We ain't gonna talk about that one. But yes, though, just even when it comes to my car, like I said, it was just me knowing the law, following the law, knowing the rules to the UCC, and knowing the rules to a court of satisfaction. But not even just knowing that, knowing how to literally go into court and do my own claim, and knowing the rules of the court and operating within that perspective as well, and knowing the things to say and ask for what you want in that, but also being able to make the right move and knowing how to enforce the actual laws that govern the actual instruments. That's what you want to be able to do. That's what you want to do. But so far, man, God has allowed me to win majority of my cases that I have been in. And since I've been doing this, like I say, y'all, it's just you knowing and following the law. You got to follow it. You know what I mean? You can't be playing around. You have to be in full participation and know that you are going to win. Don't be playing. Do not be playing. If y'all take it for granted now, that's on you guys, because Joshua 1:8. Make sure y'all post Joshua 1:8. I always tell y'all to post that. Post Joshua 1:8 right now. Post Joshua 1:8 in the chat. No matter where you're at. Always. So yes, I'm going to do a class on this, but I'm gonna give y'all some time to get yourself together. So on the method I did, and I'll show you exactly what to do, how to do it. And it's not even just with cars or a car loan, it's with anything. You just got to know the rules of the game. And I'm gonna show you exactly what to do. And may you be able to use this particular strategy as well. Now, what Joshua 1:8 says, this book of law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, and that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. So everyone, all you have to do is read the law, do exactly what it says do, and you're going to have success. They're not going to be able to take it away from you, because the evidence is going to always be stronger in your favor. We allow them to get away with certain evidence that they shouldn't be able to fully get away with. Our duty is to make sure that everything was done in a lawful and right manner. So if you want to make sure that you do things in a lawful and right manner, then you need to make sure that we start in these particular situations telling a motion for inspection of these documents. And you want a motion for the production to come inspection and to make copies of the original. You want to make copies yourself. You don't want anybody bringing you any copies. Do everybody understand that? Drop some ones if you do. That's the reason why we want to know, produce the originals, because we don't want you to say you sent a certified copy. We will never believe that. We will have to literally see the original ourselves, and then we will make copies ourselves. So we need them for examination, inspection, and to make copies ourselves of all documentations in relations to the particular sale and transfer of the actual note. Now, credit unions operate a little bit different. So that's why when I do the accord and satisfaction as well, when we go to court, I do both. I mean, I'm telling them to bring the note, and you accepted the instrument as well, according to the rules of accord and satisfaction. So, hey, show me proof. The burden of proof is shifted on them because I've already gave all of my exhibits to show my evidence to show that you have done these particular things. And I'm not the type of person to wait and sit on them to come take my shit. That's why I keep saying, y'all wait till something happens. What for? It done already happened. It's already happened. So if it's already happened, then that means you need to immediately start operating on the way that you're supposed to and take them straight to court. Why wait when the law is already on your side? You got truth, you got the proof, you got the law, and now you're asking for the full relief. Be done with it. Now you just need to understand the jurisdiction and venue that it needs to be in, how to style it, how to put the parties, and how to actually put the case together. And you need to also understand what it means to object. You need to know how to write a summary judgment yourself, a judgment order to give to the judge on your behalf. You can even file that with your complaint. I already have it ready for them because they're not going to be able to do certain things in the first place. Especially, they're not going to be able to prove that they didn't accept what you have given as in full payment for our debts, and they actually accept it. And see, my whole strategy is just this. And it's very simple, guys. People are lazy. So I pray on that part. I pray on the part of people are lazy. People have mistakes. There's human errors. And if you stick to that, that's part of due process. It has to be fulfilled in every way. Person that's coming to make a claim or even defend it. Even if somebody's coming to try to defend it, they got to show proof of delegation of authority to defend it, to even make the claim they making. So again, it's just ways that you have to be strategic. Most lawyers wins by strategy. It ain't because they right. I mean, you could be right in everything that you're saying, but if you get in front of the right lawyer, he's going to destroy you because he know you don't know how to present what you're doing. So if you don't know how, then hey, they finna walk you up out their court because they're gonna ask you certain things. You're gonna trip up, and it's just it. They'll tell you, we don't abide by the laws of the UCC, etc. You did with this instrument. What do you mean? Because that's what governed this instrument. It was the rules of the UCC of the state. So under those state rules, this is what it says. This is what has to be done. This was the government of the instrument. That's it. It's over with. You accepted it. What you gonna do? Fight it? Prove? Say you didn't? Show me where. Prove you didn't accept it. Then, since you so bent on trying to prove intent, and then according to the rules of satisfaction, the intent of the receiver does not matter. It doesn't matter. I could care less why you accepted it. And, well, we live in a place that is of greed and money hungry, so all they want is money. They're going to accept it anyway. They're going to accept it. They were trying to say I sent it to the wrong place. Well, even if I sent it to the wrong place, why you accept it? I recently had a judge deny every one of my motions, but grant every one of the prosecutor motions. My question is, why did you let them cause you harm that long? You should have already been in the higher court doing a writ of mandamus, a writ of prohibition to prohibit something of that nature to keep from causing you harm, especially if those motions were in your favor to need certain things that are like for evidence that's in your favor. Yep, you need to do that. But also know that if you present your appeal right, then those motions are still on the actual preserved for the record. So if that violated you in any type of way, your rights and due process, then when you appeal, it's still going to work in your favor. But don't sit there and let these people cause harm to y'all in these courts, especially when you start going to fight and defend for your home or these auto loans. Like y'all, I guarantee you, humans do not get 100% things correct. They're going to mess up. Over 99% of these contracts are messed up. They wrong anyway, because it ain't never to favor you. It's to beat you. And the only way they can beat you is lie to you, is to deceive you. It's to make you think certain things are certain ways and it's actually not. Like, other than that, they can't stop you. You know? They can't stop you. And y'all got to know that. They can't stop none of you. So open up your eyes and really start operating and understanding what's going on. Because they cannot stop you. Right? You just got to start moving. Right now, I got this. In fact, I got the criminal law book. I'm going to do a civil too, but it's kind of pretty much the same. But I got a full criminal law e-handbook that I'm doing. I'm about finished. It's almost about 500 pages. So anybody interested in knowing how to deal with these courts and criminal aspects as well, you will need this for your family or somebody for sure. But I'm going to do a full course on this. We will go chapter by chapter, 2 chapters at a time maybe. We'll do tests on those. You will be graded on those. You will be given certifications and certificate of coming from our academy as well, coming from you passing. Also, mastering lawsuit and defend and conquer. That class will go with this as well, just to teach you guys some more stuff. But we're going to go through all of it, a full course. So it might be looking like at a couple months, maybe 2 months. It might take us 2 months to get through all of it, but we will. But like I said, I've been working on this for a minute, so I'm just about through with it right now. Yeah, like I said, I'm at 458 pages. I still got about, let me see how many chapters I got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got about 7 more chapters left, so that's probably about another 100 plus pages. So it might be like 600, 700 pages. No, but we're going to get through it, though. We're going to go through the whole entire course. By the time it's done, you're going to literally know how to fully operate in a criminal case. And civil cases are pretty much the same. They're a little bit easier, but once you know the rules to the court, it's just about you knowing on a timely file, how to file. You give an answer. After the answer is given, you got your motions. You got your motions to strike. If you know how to strike evidence, that's going to give you more power to do certain things. And this is certain things that you're going to need to know in the process that I'm showing you with this particular, for your card, like giving you this strategy to do that you can do. And if you accomplish it, if they do cash it, then this is going to be your next up, because they're definitely going to give you some pushback. Okay. They're going to do that. But if you know how to be serious about what you're doing and walk and go into a court and they know that you're not playing, then they're going to want to settle. And then there you go. But a lot of them know that you guys are not going to be willing to go to court. So I did motions for discovery and for accounting. What if I refiled them as writs? Would that help? No. What you need to do is a motion to reconsider, and you need to do a just judicial notice on why the accounting or whatever things that you're asking for need to be presented to you, because They have to show proof, of whatever case may be for you, whatever's in your favor. But again, you just need to do a motion to reconsider. But see, those things are good to know because what you're doing when you do those things is you've exhausted all remedies in that particular court. And if the higher court seeing that you've exhausted all remedies in that court, then what they're going to do is they're going to give you your remedy and move in your favor. But see, that's why it's good to know because a lot of people think you can't go to a higher court until you're appealing. No, if you're being caused harm, damages, you need something that needs to work. Maybe the lower court is stepping outside its jurisdiction, whatever. You have to be able to move. You waiting for a hearing for your appeal case? Have you checked and see if it's on the docket? Yeah, check and see if it's on the docket first. But yeah, man, it's time, guys. It's time for you. Like stop chasing the process. If you're gonna learn with me, we're gonna learn everything. We're gonna learn the rules of the game, right? That's what we're gonna do. We're not gonna play with it. I don't believe in processing. Process here. Try this process. Like if the process didn't come with the rules and the laws to go behind it, so I can have truth, proof, law, and relief, I can't do nothing with that. And that's where my mind at is with it. I've done stuff. Trust me, I've done some amazing stuff, but it wasn't stuff that I could do 100% every single time. It's just something that leaks through the crack sometimes, and I don't want to bet on that. I like to know that I can do this 100 times over and over and over. Same formula. And once I give that formula, anybody can repeat it and it can be done in every single time. It's just for you to know the law, use it to your advantage, leverage it, keep going. Like y'all gotta go back and start looking at some of the stuff people got sued for. Like if y'all really study case laws, go back and just to any individual out there that goes that's studying just case laws, just studying reason why companies were sued or whatever. And you just go around and you just look like, okay, I seen this company get sued for this. Let me sue this company for this. They got you an easy, quick million. I'm not playing. Like, man, information is powerful, but it's only powerful when you use it and apply it. You got to use it and apply it. How powerful is it enough for y'all? You know what I mean? Like, it's just too much just going on to where like let's even talk about it like this. Y'all really think from the person that comes to you, advertises a car to you, do a full credit search on you, whatever the case may be. They bring you the car, right? They put the paper in front of you and they tell you sign here, 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 and here. They never sit down and read it to you. That's one thing they don't do. All right. And you think from this person's hands to the bank hands to the from the underwriter to everybody that got something to do with it, you think that every individual was perfect in their doings. Let me see y'all answers in the chat. You think that every single individual in that dealing in your deal was perfect in their job in every way. Ain't no way, is it? Not when you know humans and human errors. It's impossible. How do you know it's impossible? Easy, because one of the games that we learned when we was little was that they would line us up and they would give one phrase and they'll tell the first person And that first person job is tell that same phrase all the way down. And it never is the same phrase when they get to the end. Never. I don't care if somebody messes up on purpose. Still don't matter. That's life. You see what I'm saying? So it is the same exact way when it comes to the justice system. You mean to tell me, an individual, that if you mean to tell me in a form of public servant authority that if you have a high IQ, that they will not give you this job? They'll tell you go be a lawyer or something. So you mean to tell me the person that has the lowest IQ in the justice system is the first person on the scene? And you think from this particular public servant, the police officer, all the way into the prosecutor, all the way into anybody else that's going to be involved, and so on. You think that they done every single thing according to due process to the T, especially emotional human beings? Answer that question. Answer that question. Hmm? Y'all think that? Real talk. And here's the thing, guys. When dealing with these businesses, this is real shit too. When dealing with these businesses, any error can be monetary damages. Any. If you went to court and you got a case dismissed, you should get paid. Hell, you was finna have to pay out your pocket if they would have got it. If the prosecutor brings the case in the first place, he has to be 100% correct in his evidence and know that he has a claim to make and bring a charge against you. Otherwise, he ain't had no business bringing a damn claim in the first place. That's the reason why when I seen the young man in Cortland, Alabama, that man was in jail since I think 2017, and he just got out. And they said because they didn't have enough evidence. I said, you knew you ain't had the evidence in 2017, dog. You already know you didn't have the evidence then. Tripping. That's money. Ain't no I'm sorry we letting you out. Nah, man, this finna cost the city. And it's a little township too. He might even become part owner in the township. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Going to jail for murder. And they said they didn't find enough evidence to charge him for the scene, man. That man been in jail since then. And now you just not coming out saying that. That's wild. But this is my point though. You know what I mean? I remember going to Walmart one day. Getting to Walmart and trying to send some money off it. Yeah, like they didn't want to take my tribal ID and stuff. And I said, man, I tell you, I got time today. Y'all gonna take my ID. I said, y'all trying to discriminate against me, against my national origin and who and what I am? You mean to tell me I can't come in here and get my money and I don't got no problem going to any other Walmart? I don't get no problem. Why when I come here, y'all want to give me some problem? The woman that was doing my stuff, she was the manager. It was so funny because she said, oh, no. So she gave it to the newbie, like, here you go. You do this, okay? Gave it to the newbie, like, here you go. You do this, okay? Take care of him for me. And she walked off because she know it had got serious. I started bringing the law in this situation. Take care of him. Serious. I started bringing the law in this situation. And they didn't like that. They did not like when I brought the law in the situation. Changed under and system and but hey, let me on here playing with me. I shouldn't have to drive all the way 20 miles when y'all 10 miles right here to do what I need to do, and I'm doing it at another Walmart. We ain't going through all that. You know what I mean? We can't go through all that. So I had to change. I had to sit there. So that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Sometimes you gotta, hey, put the foot down. Because these people will say, I've been doing this for 25 years. And I ain't never seen nothing like that. And I know y'all done all had one of them. Y'all done had one of them before. They've been doing this job forever. It don't go that way. Well, the law says it does. People might not do this because they think a lawyer has to do any and every damn thing for them. But the truth is, what's the point of saying the ignorance of the law is inexcusable if I need a lawyer for every damn thing that goes on? What's the point? Explain that part to me. That means if I know how to do it myself, I don't need a lawyer. I can go in here and do it myself. The law says this. You keep saying I haven't have a notary. No, I do not. I can prove I don't need a notary. I mean, what good is saying if I need a notary, then every document, why I don't need a notary when I sign this promissory note? Oh, now all of a sudden it sticks to me. I don't need a notary then? I didn't think so. Yeah, because watch this. And this is how you know it's two different. I'm gonna read this so y'all gonna understand the difference today. 28 USC 1746. Again, that is 28 USC 1746. Unsworn declarations under penalty of perjury. So anything that is put under penalty and perjury itself, okay, you don't need a notary because now you are basically saying that all of this is true and that you're willing to be penalized, okay, for perjury. Okay, that's what you're saying. So they have to say that your word is bond. It's 28, not 18. I don't know how you got 18. Did I say 28, 18, 20, 28? There you go. You know, okay, okay. Keys right there beside each other. I give you that. You can hear them. So it says, wherever under any law of the United States or under any rule, regulations, order, or requirement made pursuant to law, any matter is required or permitted to be supported, evidence established or proved by the sworn declaration, verification, certificate, statement, oath, or affidavit in writing of the person making the same, other than a deposition or an oath of office or an oath required to be taken before a specified official other than a notary public, such matter may, with the like force and effect, be supported, evidence established, or proved by the unsworn declaration, certificate, verification, or statement in writing of such person, which is subscribed by him as true under penalty of perjury. So they saying that if you do it under penalty and perjury, it is just the exact same as if a notary holds the same power, can be considered evidence, etc. So this is what it tells you how to do. Now I want you to pay attention to what they say. It says, if executed without the United States. Look, if executed without the United States, this is what you need to say. I declare, or you can say I certify, or I verify, or I state under penalty of perjury, under the laws of the United States of America, that the foregoing is true and correct, executed on whatever date and signature. Now, why does it says if executed without the United States? And then why does it says under the laws of the United States of America? And then it says if executed within the United States, its territories, possessions, or commonwealths, say, I declare under penalty and perjury, okay, that the foregoing is true and correct. So my whole entire point when I first seen this, I was like, oh, so there's really a difference. Understood. Say less. That's when I know there's a difference between the United States of America and the United States. One says if it's executed without the United States, say that you do it under the laws of the United States of America. The other one says if it's executed within the United States, then you say if it's in its territory possessions, then you can literally just say, I declare under penalty of perjury that the foregoing is true. Okay. So there has to be a difference between the United States and the United States of America. The United States of America happens to be of the United States. I think that the United States itself is of the federal government because it says territories, possessions, or commonwealths. So all of these goes back into the District of Columbia and so on, which is a form of another jurisdiction. That's when I learned the difference myself. Could actually see it in law because a lot of people say it, but it's really clarified in law right here that there is a difference. Drop some ones. So my question to you guys, do you need a notary? Do you need a notary? Anybody? Do you need a notary? Can anybody tell me? Somebody said, nope, no, witness will do. You don't even need a witness. But you can use a witness, but you don't need a witness. All you got to do is say under penalty of perjury. They're taking your word as being bond. And if your word is bond, that means if they find you, since you said that under penalty and perjury, that means that your word is bond and we can punish you if we find that your word is untrue. Right? So, yeah. What are we doing here, though, guys? This is why it's important to read. Like, because, again, what are we doing here? As people, do we really know our situation when it comes to the United States? A lot of you guys consider yourselves U.S. citizens, and you can never be a U.S. citizen, but they will make you under presumptions. But the truth is, you are a state national, okay? And you have what you call a, at the bottom, it could be sole proprietor, which they would consider a form of self-employment, but they automatically under presumption that you are self-employed. That's the reason why when you go to a store, you buy a candy bar, you pay taxes because they think you're going to walk out that door and resell that candy bar. But you don't. You eat it. So why? You pay a tax. You didn't intend to make not one single profit off of it, but you paid a tax. But you don't know this because you don't read it. And then if you have given your life to the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, as you have said, then that means your whole entire life is under religious aspects. So that means you should probably eat according to your diet. And if you eat according to your diet and you buy food according to your diet, then that makes your whole meal, etc., sacred and under religious aspect. And it also means that you should not pay taxes. Got it? I mean, come on, guys. Let's just sit here and think. They said when man starts thinking for himself, man, what happens? Start thinking. Let's just think for a minute. If I do that, I don't pay taxes. Should never pay taxes, to be honest with you. I mean, because why? Because my whole entire life is in a religious aspect. What am I doing? Do I own my car? No, I should not own my car. God even told the wealthiest man, well, Jesus told the rich man in the Bible that, hey, go and give all of your property to the people. And he was literally saying that Give it to the people in trust. And that way it can be dispersed amongst those who are in need. But if all the people do that, then everybody's wealthy. So the church should easily understand, maybe if we just put all of our resources together, I don't want to own anything in my name. Maybe the church should own it. The church should own my car. The church should own my house. That way, if the church own my house, I don't pay taxes on my house. Surely. I don't pay taxes on my house. I don't pay taxes on cars. There's no registration tax fee ever again. The church owns it, so now I don't have to worry about paying taxes on my car every year. Oh, man. This is what happens when you read, though. When you start understanding the law itself. Like, come on, guys. Let's see what's beneficial to us. Are we really growing in that light? I think people are tired. We're tired. I grew up in the church. Literally. I don't think anybody can say they grew up in the church. Well, like I did. I guess you can, but you would literally have to grow up like I did in the church to say the same thing. But the doors of the church was open, we were there. Because my daddy was the pastor of the church. So my pops was gone at the age of, he been gone 38, so 30, the past 9 years almost, yeah. Because my daughter about to be 9, so 9 years. So 29 years of my life, my pops was the pastor of the church because he was the pastor of the church when I was born. So, like, when it comes to church, bro, I know the Bible, read it, been taught it all my life. There's not a scripture in there that probably ain't never been, I've read it to myself and that ain't been read to me. It's not a sermon you can preach that I ain't heard. It's not. I know it. So what I'm saying is people are tired. And the reason why I know people are tired because the church itself don't operate in the manner that it's supposed to, in the way that Christ saw fit to for it to operate. It's because people get tied up into what you call tradition. And that's kind of what Christ had to come break down with the Pharisees, was tradition, was this, was your religion. And religion is literally a form of a tradition. But when you start operating in the spirit, that's why we talk about spirituality. Spirituality is to fully operate in the spirit at all times. Sunday might not require me to work, but if a brother needs help, then I'm required to work because my spirituality demands so. My spirit demands to help. You see what I'm saying? So, it's just certain things. I remember in the Bible, the ox went into the ditch. They basically said, hey, ain't no work on this day. It's the holy day. And Christ was like, hey, man, dude need help. We're going to help him get it out. And they helped him. That's just what it was. So it's just for you to truly start understanding like what we supposed to be doing because the people have lost their power. And the reason why people have lost their power is because you started believing instead of knowing. Let me ask y'all a question. Do you move in faith because you believe, or do you move in faith because you know? Yeah, let me ask you that. Do you move in faith because you believe, or do you move in faith because you know? What's y'all answer? Let me see if y'all ready tonight. Because you move in faith because you know. What y'all got over here, Facebook and YouTube? What y'all got for us? TikTok say they move in faith. They move because they know. See, when you know, you sure you know, you go no matter what. The belief grow into knowing, it does, but I'm gonna say this: like, it gets to a point to where you just don't say I believe. I just know. I go because I know. I know I'm good. I know because I know that if I stay within the boundaries of the law, which God has already set before me, then I'm good. You know what I mean? That is for me to say. Faith is the substance of things unseen. And it is, but it's the faith. And the faith is a part of knowing, like, because even everything I do now, I get questioned all the time. You ain't scared these people gonna do this to you? And you, man, listen, I done been through a lot of stuff in life. I didn't shit that people died in, I survived in. Came out with no scratches in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think about stuff like that. There's people that have a wreck at 75 miles an hour. Car flips over everything. They walk straight up out that mud. Then you got people that have a wreck at 35 miles an hour and it's over. Like the worst wreck you ever seen in your life sometimes and just over with. So I'm saying that to say this, like, I done been there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I done been there. I done seen death. I done seen the face of it so many times to the point to where I know they don't got control of that. They don't got nothing to do with that. So death can't be something I fear. I can't fear for nothing of what these people think they can do or what they think they want to do or whatever. Like, they don't even got control of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I drive down that road and, like, I feel like, man, God in control of everything. If I was to get pulled over, it's because God wanted somebody to see something. It ain't even half the time, it ain't got nothing to do with me. He just know I'm a vessel that's willing to be used and to do what needs to be done, and that's it. That's all it got something to do with. They don't got no control. They don't got nothing. You know, and I have to see it that way because I done been through so much to know it that way. That's why I say I know. It ain't no such thing as belief to me anymore. It's like I'm in the knowing. Do I know everything that's coming forth? No, I don't know what's coming, but do I know I'm gonna be all right? I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna make it through. I'm gonna have perseverance. I ain't gonna lose myself, etc. I know my children, etc., gonna be taken care of. Yes, I know, cause I'm good. I've been through a lot, and if I'm good, then they gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying that by, like, I'm not saying that I'm gonna be here forever. I'm just saying I know God is here forever, so I know they good. I know it's gonna be placed in them. I know their journey is for them. You know what I mean? I know everything about what is going to be on their walking path is strictly for them, and they gonna take their course. But I'm just gonna make sure they know, and just to have faith and to walk. And the only way I can do that is to wake up and be and do that every day. So that I can't worry about any of this stuff, man. Yeah, it do look like it. We are in a David Goliath type situation, but here's the thing: the Spirit of God relies on us. We got an unseen force of nature that's with us that they can't even fathom to understand, and then even they do understand, because if they understand the reciprocity, if they understand energy, they understand cause and effect, then they already know what's written for them. And a lot of people choose their faith on, man, I'd rather have this type of stuff, life this way and this way. Now, I don't care about what I done to do to get it. And if that's the case, then guess what? Accept the punishment that come with it, because it ain't forever for you. It ain't forever for you. Man, I done had guns pulled in my face, trigger pulled, click, click, nothing happened. You know what I'm saying? And then as soon as I get in the car and drive off, pow, 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 pow. You can't tell me that ain't God. Real talk. Gun jam dead in my face. I was supposed to have been smoked, dog. Nothing happened. You know what I'm saying? I done had a person shooting dead at me. All I could do was laugh. I don't even know why I'm laughing. I'm just laughing. No, not hit, not one time. You know what I'm saying? Could have killed them. God ain't even allowed me to do that, but he let me watch everything transpire. And it was slow motion. I don't know. For some reason, like near death experience be like, it be like real super slow. I can't even explain it. For real. It's like slow. It's like, you know how you be in your dreams and you fight and it be like, oh, it's pillow slow. Yeah, it was like that. It was like slow. But I just remember that happened. I remember my mom screaming and hollering, and I had to tell her to get in the house. And I'm like, hey. So I grabbed the guns and stuff like that. And I knew they were still like trying to pick the money up and all that stuff in the car because I throwed it all in the floorboard. And that was going to give me enough time. And I thought the gun was in the first car, but it wasn't. My brother had took it out. I swear, I thought it was in there. But if had it been, it'd have been a different situation. I'm glad I don't have it on my conscience. I'm glad I didn't have to take a life, or neither was mine taken. But I wouldn't want that on my conscience, though. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad that didn't happen. So it's like even then, it was just all slow motion for me. But I talk about that. I talk about it just to say, like, I know they don't got nothing to do. They don't got no control over what go over with me. Like, I'm protected. I'm watched. You know what I'm saying? I made sure that I'm going to serve my purpose and fulfill my purpose. It ain't nobody out here that can mess that up. I can't even mess that up. You know what I'm saying? I can't mess it up. Not even you, not me, none of us. Nobody can step away. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't stop it. And that's the reason why it's kind of like Jonah in the whale. Like, you can't stop it. I've been there. I've seen. I've been in the part where in the trenches, like for real, because I can just sit here thinking like 2013, 14. I'm laying in the bed with a bucket of acid beside my bed just to be able to drop the dope in there. Because I felt like, okay, well, because I felt like, okay, bucket of acid. I can remember the police sleeping. I mean, I can remember the police parked right beside our house. We having to make a phone call, acting like somebody got shot down the road just to make them leave so we all could leave. I can remember getting pulled over every time. And I got pulled over the last time, and I told dude, if he would have been smart, I probably would have went to jail that day. But I told him straight up, I said, look, bro, I don't got nothing on me. Here's my license. They go to registration and insurance. He said, I'm on this force for 25 years. And I promise you, I'm going to catch you. I said, I promise you. I left. And that was it. I got out of Dodge. Quick. Left there. God showed me different ways and different stuff. You know what I'm saying? I lost a lot of stuff on the way, lost people, lost family. I just started to change myself and just see different. So I'm telling y'all, like, don't be, my whole point of me even telling y'all any of this is just don't be afraid, man. Don't be afraid of change. Don't be afraid of fulfilling your purpose. Don't be afraid of being who you are, and just don't care what anybody think. Man, ain't, because the truth is, it ain't not nan one person on this earth that's got it all figured out. Not one. Not one you can go to. Nobody. You might have somebody know a little bit more than you about certain situations, but the truth is, ain't no blueprint. They don't got one. They just took a guess at life and went what felt right, went with their intuition and went on about life and told you, hey, this is what I did and this is what happened and this is so on, so on. Same thing. That's what you get when you read the Bible. They was like, hey, we tried this happened. God punished us. He punished us for doing this. This is the law of cause and effect. It's all in the Bible. Same situation with the law. It's cause and effect. Here's the law. You do the opposite of the law. Here's the punishment. You do the right things of the law. Here's the reward. To be or not to be. Break it down. Stop living in complexity, because all of this is spiritual, yo. All of it, everything, every bit of it is spiritual, because it all starts with the spirit first. This physical thing, this is just, it's physical. It's the only thing that can challenge the flesh. Challenge the spirit. That's it. There's nothing else that could challenge the spirit. The enjoyment of this physical realm. The thrill that you have. That's all things of the flesh. But the spirit, what the spirit wants, what the spirit demands, etc., it sits on a different side of what the flesh wants. Now, only thing you need to learn how to do is conquer the flesh, as Christ, Yahshua, has came and showed us. I just want y'all to know that was the purpose of Christ coming, was to show you how to conquer the flesh. Everybody stop lying about like it was something. No, it was to show you to conquer the flesh, because man was fully defeated by the flesh to the fullness. You needed to know how to conquer the flesh in every aspect. So once it came, and then a lot of you will be like, well, I don't even think a person like that is true. It could actually happen. Okay. I can explain to you, according to energy and science itself, if there even is a 1/10 of a possibility of something to happen, it happens. Doesn't say the time, but it is definitely bound to happen, because even a 10th, it doesn't mean that it's a chance. It just means it's going to happen at a certain specific time. If there is a 50% chance of you hitting a shot, you keep shooting it, you hit a shot. If it's a 40% chance out of so many shots, you keep shooting, you're going to hit those shots. I don't care if it's a 1% chance. If it's a 1% chance out of 100, you shoot 100 shots, you hit a 1% chance. If it's a 10th, any percentage of a chance that says that Christ lives, Yahshua came and did exactly what was done, and then it happened. It is so. Do y'all know that? Do y'all know that? I'm just asking y'all, do you know that? I'm gonna wait on y'all answers. Do y'all know that? Some of y'all still having a hard time to know? Do you know that? I ain't moving forward till I get some answers. I want to know, do you know? Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? Because if there's 1% chance, if there's 0.0, because a lot of people don't believe that Yahshua, Christ himself, lived and performed and been. And my point to you guys is this. It's for you guys to just simply believe in math. It's cool, because math is a part of God's law. So let's talk about it. If there is 0.00000000001% chance, that means it happened. Because if there's a 1% chance out of 100 that you hit a shot, then that means you need to shoot 100 shots, and that 1% is going to happen. So really and truthfully, whatever it is that you guys are really trying to attempt and do in life and obtain in life, then all you got to do is look at the chances. And when you look at, you weigh out the chances, then you know how many times you got to go at this to do this, to make it happen. And it's okay, because it's going to happen. You see what I'm saying? And I ain't even talking about the fact that what we was told in church, because what we was told in church is what we have to go by hearing and knowing. But then you get experiences of things. But even if you go back and just thinking like, okay, let's just break this down to what I'm capable to fathom in my mind. By science, any percentage of chance of something happen, it eventually happens. It might not happen right now, but it happens. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? I need to know that you know that. It happens. It absolutely happens. Mm-hmm. It happens. And you need to know that. You need to know that you are so divine and you are so connected to the all in all, as I would like to say, and that you are the now. You are the I am that I am because you are being, because you are being. Now, what you are being is totally up to you. We don't know what spirit of being that you are operating in, but that's totally up to you. You could be operating in the spirit of being of depression. So right now you're being depressed. You could be operating in the spirit of love. So right now you are being loved. You could be operating in the spirit of whatever, but that is what you are being. You can be operating in the spirit of freedom and liberation. You are being that and you demand liberty. I am that I am based upon the being. You, who and what you are. And I'm telling you this because this is where your power starts. This is where you start to realize that, nobody really has power over me. I decide my fate by decisions that I make. And if that is the case, I'm in control here. So if I am a slave or think I'm a slave, it's because I consider myself a slave or I am being a slave. But if I demand to be free and liberty, then I shall take my life into my own hands and live it into my own fate by my own decisions. And when you take that control and you do those things, then in that moment only are you considered to be free. See, people look for freedom to be something of what's trapped in their own mind. But freedom is everything of what's in the individual mind of the individual who has the thought of freedom themselves. What does that look like to you? Because if you're free to make the decisions and choices about what you want to do, how you want to go about doing it, etc., then you made the choice to live. And right then in that moment, you are free. There's no one that needs to tell you you are free. No one needs to tell you that you are liberated. You are already liberated. Everything is a spiritual within situation. A lot of people think that someone's going to come out of the sky on a cloud. It does not work that way. This is spiritual. So the Spirit has come. The Comforter was sent, was to let you know that everything is according to plan. Just keep going. And then when you reach the Christ consciousness of yourself, and that Christ consciousness is you living in spirit in the highest capacity of what you can be. And when you reach that, you start to operate fully into the spirit. And now you can bring the ways of heaven. You can bring the ways of the kingdom of God here on earth. That is what they want to hide from you. That is what they always been hiding from you. Because when you tap into that specific Christ consciousness, that specific, and it's just a spiritual thing, guys. It's nothing to be spooked of to all you, you know, old time religion, as we say, or Christian folks, Muslim, whoever. It doesn't matter. It's just a spiritual thing still, but it's the spiritualness at its highness, and that is literally to understand. That's when you start bringing the ways of heaven. So until we start living within the spirit itself, the ways of heaven cannot come down to earth because as above, so below. As a man thinketh, so shall it be. So we can only bring that of which we constantly think of and indulge in and take action in. Because eventually, if you continue to think of something, you're going to take action in it. And then we bring about a reality of that. You have power beyond what you think. And a lot of you fear it. A lot of you going to run from it because it requires accountability. So it's easy to call someone like myself or others that think this way or not even think that know this way. And you say, we're crazy. But we're the ones that desire accountability. We're the one that face it. We're the one that takes it right on. We're the ones that's going to show you that I am that I am. We're the ones that's going to show you the will and the power of the will in the middle of the will. Because the will in the middle of the will is to have the will and then have perseverance with the will to continue to go on even when you're faced with everything that is to cause you a step back or some form of distraction. So it's just the will to keep going. You know what I mean? Do you guys have that in yourself? That's the question. We got to make a choice this time and this day. Where is the future that is going to go for us from here, from this point on? Where is future going to go from it? Are we going to stop making excuses? Are we going to literally pick up the law, start reading it? Because you guys are so glad to say, I'm glad to be an American, but you don't know you don't know the law. Are we still going to let them continue to teach these useless things in school? And the thing is it's not even about them anymore. It's about us. I don't even want to talk about them, to be honest. What are we doing? Are we maintaining our own schools? I mean, we can have our own private schools, teach our own private things to make sure that we hire in our own form of private businesses that we have. We can ensure scholarships, teach people the ways of growing and doing the things that we're going to do in the society and communities that we're going to create. We can make sure there's always jobs because we created the schools for the people to know our way and how to do certain things. I mean, come on. Is it really freedom that we want? I mean, we choose to do everything else that we want to do. Everybody in here right now is making a decision whether you want to sit here and watch me. Some of you scrolled up, some of you scroll right back, whatever the case may be. But it's a choice. We can start living like that, man. Because here's the thing. God gave you that divine choice, not nobody else. So the decisions that you make, it's on you. If you chose to be on this side, on the truth, on hack, if you chose to be on that side, then hey, come on. Come on. Take what comes with it. It's all right. It's all right. I promise you. It's better than that other side. It's better than that other side. Well, I appreciate you guys tonight, man. We've been on here about 2 hours for sure. Hope you guys enjoyed the conversation. To you guys on TikTok, you can go to In God We Trust Academy on YouTube, and you can watch the replay of this back. For the rest of you guys that want to hear about the thing about the car from that point on, you can go to the beginning, but class will be coming soon. I'm probably going to do it, let's see, September. We'll probably do it in October because we're out of August. I'll give you out till October and everything like that to get ready for the class that we're going to do for you guys. I also got a full course on criminal law. So if you guys want to enter in that course and be able to learn how to operate with that as well, I'm going to do that. And just a few other things to teach you guys some stuff. So, but overall, man, it's been a great night with you guys. I appreciate you, and you guys have a great and beautiful night. Don't forget to follow us, like, share, and subscribe. Also, go to InGodWeTrustAcademy.com. That is our website. You can check out everything that we have going on there. We do have season 6 on sale from Work Sessions. Work Sessions is free. We have Work Sessions tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central Time. We will be finishing up the treaties of writs. So we will be finishing those up, and it will come along with, to all my gold members, it will be coming along with the templates ebook and with that as well too as well. So I'm gonna throw that in there for you guys just to add some extra work. I usually like to get through with the ebook in one day, but I had to spread out on time. We got the Credit Warfare that's on sale on InGodWeTrustAcademy.com. You get the replay and ebook at $75. Also, right now we are setting up it's a full trust setup. It's usually $1,200. Right now it's half off. It's a donation of $600. We set it up fully, completely with you. You get the In God We Trust Academy conference as well with videos explaining each documentations, as well as one-on-one consultations as well, and other things that I have learned even more since then. So you guys are going to get a lot of that as well. So if you're interested, again, In God We Trust Academy.com. Also, in the future, we have a ambassador program coming. So you guys are going to be able to be ambassadors and make money with us as well. And also, we got a mentorship program coming. So if you're interested in being under our mentorship program, it will be annually for sure. So you will be able to be under our mentorship program for a year. And we just go to show you. And in this mentorship program, guys, we're going to start from the beginning. I don't care how fresh or how much you know. I'm going to the beginning. And we're going to start at the beginning. We're going to start with definitions, stuff like that, teaching you how to put together documents, because that's what my mentorship program is about. It's not about process, but it's about you fully being able to be fully capable to do everything on your own. From putting trust together, from putting documentations together to go to court, knowing how to operate with these things in court, knowing what the powers of these documentations are, what you're going to be doing with these things, whether it's knowing your contracts, reading the contracts, knowing your favor in those contracts, and learning how to put together the right contracts and negotiate contracts as well. You guys accept a lot of contracts with no forms of negotiation, and that's another thing. You can negotiate anything. Remember, they're the one that's trying to make the sale. They're the one that trying to make the commission and get paid. They're the one that's trying to keep everything going. Stop just signing things because you accept it. Make a negotiation. They'll try to act like the negotiation is with the bank. The bank already gave you the amount of money that they're willing to give for your specific transaction. You got to understand you can negotiate with the actual dealership based upon the amount of money that's being given to you, because one thing and one thing only, right? Because it's yours, bro. You don't got to buy. I won't buy from here. Simple. I'm not finna buy from you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not finna buy from you, so I can just go somewhere else. And when they see that you got fun, you got everything, you just gonna walk away. Hey man, we'll drop it down. Yeah, cause I want some money too. Leave me about $3,000-$4,000, man, so I can go. I got insurance, all this other stuff to buy, man. You ain't gonna leave me no money? All right, say less. I'm going somewhere somebody else gonna give me something better. Y'all have a nice day. Simple. Do you know you just can't make people feel like they got you all the time? You know what I'm saying? Make them work for it. Let them know, man. I ain't giving y'all that. Yeah, they gave me $75,000. I want the whole 75, but here, this is what we gonna do though. You need to cut it down. Yeah. Let me get this. All right, we'll give you 60. We'll give you 65, 67 on it. Rest of the money go to you. Make an agreement. Get them an extra 1,000 on GP for whatever. They will do it. But you gotta be able to negotiate. Y'all will take anything. When I'm going to start the mentorship, when I get the whole program together, the packages and what's going to be offering, it's going to be a 3 scale package. There'll be there'll be like a guidance spirit packet guidance package where basically we're able to have certain phone calls on certain days of the week, etc. I guide you through certain things. You got questions, then you have another package to where you got access to certain things and you receive guidance, and then you got the other package to where I actually sit down with you and we put these things all the way together. I take you through putting together the documents, examining everything for you, making sure these things are right. Also, the full guidance and access to everything as well. So it's going to be 3 different tiers, but it's going to be worth it. It will be for a full year, no matter which package you do choose, but that's what it will be for. Of course, I'm going to overdo it. I'm going to give you more than probably what you do because that's just how I am. I just like to help anyway. But anyway, just know it's going to be worth your time, right? It's going to be worth your time. Absolutely. But to you people, man, great and beautiful people, I enjoy each and every last one of you guys. Always, I am about to find me something else to do with the rest of my beautiful night. Y'all enjoy.